Very good evening. You're watching the India Development Debate. I'm Tamanna Inamdar. 24 people have died and over 200 injured in the communal riots that went on in the national capital over the last 3 days. Today, authorities seemed to have finally woken up. We saw flag marches, over 100 arrests by the Delhi police and no major incidents of violence reported. In fact, we even saw the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval go into the streets of Delhi where violence had hit in those areas, speaking to those residents and assuring them. Hopefully, the uneasy calm that we see this evening will hold. Hopefully, those that instigated and rioted and killed will be brought to book at the earliest. And the biggest hope of all, that the Delhi police and police forces across the country will take note of what both the Supreme Court and the Delhi High Court have said today. The Delhi High Court, in fact, actually had to play out a clip of a BJP leader's speech in the court when the Delhi police representative claimed they hadn't seen it. The Supreme Court, in scathing observations, talked about how the police need to work independently and shouldn't have allowed instigators of violence to get away. At the end of the day, that's the biggest question, isn't it? And we've seen it time and again. If the police do their duty, then instigators, hate mongers and rioters will be quelled quickly and violence won't be allowed to spread. Did the cops fail in doing their job? And why does this keep happening? To speak on this, I'm joined today by Karuna Nandi and Aishwarya Bhati, both senior advocates in the Supreme Court. I'm also speaking today with M.N. Singh, former Mumbai Police Commissioner and top cop. Welcome to all of you and thank you for talking with us. But before I begin, I'm going to go across to this report filed by my colleague Abhimanyu Sharma on what happened in the Delhi High Court today.
The Delhi High Court came down heavily upon the centre and the Delhi police over their inaction and the failure to stop riots in the city. The court observed that the city cannot be allowed to keep on burning and it was the court's duty to question the executive if due action was not being taken. By tomorrow, the Delhi police will have to reply whether FIRs would be filed on the basis of hate speeches which have been given by several top BJP leaders, which also includes a union minister. The petitioner had claimed that no action was taken post these hate speeches. Hence, an immediate FIR and action is needed from the side of the government in order to quell the protests. It remains to be seen whether any further directions would be given tomorrow by the High Court when the hearing will resume. The court had questioned the Solicitor General and the Delhi police over the alleged inaction and the failure to control riots till now.
Let me begin the conversation with M.N. Singh. Very respected and, of course, experienced police officer. Mr. Singh, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. And, I was keen to speak to you today because today the biggest question really is about the role of the Delhi police. And if you look at what both the Delhi High Court and the Supreme Court have said, it's relevant to every police officer in this country and something that we all need to understand. Why is it time and again that the role of the local police is questioned? And from what you have observed, what do you think are the questions that the Delhi police need to answer?
Well, Tamanna, after all, the police is ultimately responsible for maintenance of law and order. And but in this case of Shaheen Bagh, this tamasha has been going on for well over 2 months now. And almost everybody is involved in this. You got to find a bali ka bakra when something goes wrong. But I would like to ask, what have all other people been doing, including the judiciary, about what has been going on in the streets of Delhi? I think this incident of Shaheen Bagh has totally exposed not only the police but the entire administrative, political, judicial edifice of our country. Everybody stands exposed. What has been going on in Delhi is that all shades of opinion have been coming out. If the police enter the campus, they are accused. If the police take action, they are being abused. If the police do not take action, then they are being abused. Now you tell me, for the last 2 months, the normal life of that area of the city, capital city of country, has been disrupted, totally paralyzed. Does it take anybody to question? I mean, if the law has been violated and the police must act and everybody must
Mr.
act.
Singh, if I may
but
come
if
in.
the police have not acted all these days.
Yeah, but
do
Mr.
you think
Singh,
the police?
if I may come in,
No, no, let
Shaheen
me
Bagh is
complete
in
this.
court.
It is
Shaheen
easy.
Bagh
It
in
is
court.
easy to blame the police. I am coming to. I'm. Doesn't matter. Let it be in the court. I would like to speak very frankly today. Now to say that it is dissent is the essence of democracy. Very well said, of course. Then it says, criticizing the government in the soul and the wit of the constitution. Very well said, very well phrased, of course. Then they say protest is the democratic right of all citizens. But damn it, is it the right of citizens to sit on the road and disrupt the normal life? Is it not violation of the law? Now, does it need a
Question
Supreme
today.
Court and a High Court to say anything?
No, but Mr. Singh,
The
I
police should
understand that.
intervene. But then
I
why have the
understand that,
police?
sir.
Why have the police not intervened? Because
No.
why have the police? Listen. Why have the police not intervened? Because the police hands are tied. They are not able to intervene. Today, when the things have gone out of control, and on the eve of the visit of the President of America, everybody, all hell is let loose, and police is being questioned. Of course, I would come to the police also.
Yes.
I must say that the leadership of Delhi police has miserably failed. It has been happening all these days. The police commissioner must have asserted his authority and done what it was expected of him to do. But then I understand, and I have reason to believe, that he was not free to do what he ought to have done. That is why the police have failed, and it is being ridiculed today. It is a very pathetic scene. It has been happening all over the country. It has happened in the capitals of the country. It has happened at the time when the most important VVIP has visited our country. It's a shame on the country that all of us have failed. Not only the police, everybody has failed. Political system, media, judiciary, everybody has failed. And let's blame all of them. Why only blame the police? Police, of course, needs to be blamed.
Yes.
Police is ultimately the Bali ka Bakra. Sacrifice
Is
them
the
at the
police
end of the
Bali
day.
ka Bakra? Mr.
Somebody
Singh,
goes now
Mr.
today
Singh,
and
I
takes
understand
around
your
with suited,
anguish.
booted and tie.
Yes, Mr. Singh, I understand your anguish, and the takeaway that the media should be questioned, people should be questioned. Why were they protests? Why? But simply put, what has happened in the last 3 days? A lot of it has been captured on camera, and in video after video, you are seeing the police. In some videos standing around not responding, in some actively participating. You've seen videos of police breaking CCTV cameras, of raining lathis on those already on the ground. Mr. Singh, I understand the anguish as a former top cop, but the fact is, in this case, the Delhi police has not covered itself with glory. And I do not know how far the conflation with the Shaheen Bagh protest can continue, because that is a different issue. Should the protesters sit in Shaheen Bagh or not is before the Supreme Court.
I agree with you that the police must have acted in time. What I am trying to impress upon is that the police hands were tied. They were not free to act, because when messages are coming from the highest quarters that dissent is the essence of democracy, protest is the democratic right of every citizen, that criticism of the government is the essence of beauty of the Constitution of India, what kind of message you are giving to the police? Of course, when some political leaders went, all political shades, all political parties, Congress, BJP, and everybody went and utilized this opportunity to come in the limelight, made all kinds of his speeches. The chicken net will be chopped off and will become another country. Then goli maro salon ko, all this. Then there's somebody saying in Bangalore, a girl coming on the stage, being allowed. I would say it was all a conspiracy. The girl was allowed to come and say Pakistan Jindabad. Then one ex-MLA comes and says 15 crore, 100 crore ke upar bhari padenge. What is all this going on? Who are you trying to blame? When all this is going on, police ought to have registered a case immediately and taken action. Why should the Delhi police have been compelled to issue an order and pull up the police? It is the duty of the police to take immediate action.
MS
But was the police allowed? Was the police free? No.
MN Singh today is saying that the Delhi police's hands are tied, and from what I've understood, he's saying that messages like there is a right to dissent have tied their hands. Karuna Nandi, you want to come in on this, because this is a very important confluence about how the courts are looking at the police action, the videos we are seeing, and the situation that the Delhi police finds itself in. Unfortunately, this is not the last and only case we've seen where police have been questioned about whether they are acting as per parties that are ruling, or are they doing their job.
Mr. Singh's perception that their hands were tied with regard to Shaheen Bagh is something that he seems to feel implies that there would be violence because people are annoyed about traffic. Is he saying that there will be a riot because people are irritated about traffic? If so, how much of the traffic irritation was due to roads blocked by the police itself? I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. If he is saying that the Delhi police's hands were tied, why were they, as you so correctly put it, beating people who were already on the ground? Is he saying that the hands were tied, which is why when there was a shooter in front of them, that they were strolling up and leaning on their lathis rather than disarming that shooter, who in any case seemed to have his back to the only people with guns and seemed to feel quite safe to do so? Were the hands also tied when the people from when the ABVP was strolling out of JNU and other goons were strolling out of JNU on camera and they just stood around doing nothing? Were their hands tied? And if the hands were tied, who were they tied by? This to me is an incredibly interesting question. And I think this is a question that should really be asked, given this rioting and a pogrom. Because, and I will say, and I use the pogrom advisedly, and I use the word even genocide advisedly, because if it is to an extent violence that is then condoned by the state and allowed by the state for a particular period against a particular community. At the same time, there has also been violence against Hindus. One constable has lost his life. There was an absolutely horrific story about a security assistant from the IB who was, killed in the most terrible circumstances, right? But in addition, there has been a pogrom and there has been a genocide. And we cannot excuse the state-sponsored violence because there has been other violence.
So, Karuna, I must say that at this time, tempers are flying high, everyone is anguished. I've seen that with MN Singh, I've seen that with what you're saying, what you are saying as well. But we will have to wait and let authorities come to their investigation. If there's some who don't trust authorities right now, we will have to question them. But then those are the ones in charge. Aishwarya Bhati, how do you look at this whole situation? Because this now goes beyond political affiliations. It's, I'm afraid to say, gone way beyond CAA, NRC, and whether CAA is good or not. It has come to a situation which is frankly scary. And over here, MN Singh feels that the police is being targeted. But then what is your final line of defense? What is your final line of defense? Do you think that there has been a failure when there have been incendiary remarks? Today, the Delhi High Court had to play out a clip because the representative of the Delhi police says, I haven't seen it.
So, Tamanna, communal violence, we have seen, the history has proven itself, and we have seen from the past that communal violence is not, it does not have just one factor that is responsible. I think Mr. Singh has been very candid in his views. Karuna has very strong views of her own also. But, to term something as state-sponsored violence at this stage would, in my opinion, would be a little far-fetched, because there are direct factors and there are indirect contributory factors that we have seen always with communal violences. Mr. Singh's voice is, not of recusing Delhi police of its responsibility. It is, of course, the job of the police. Law and order is the job of the police, and their responsibility cannot be countenanced in any way. And that has not been the purport of what Mr. Singh has been saying, that I understood. What he's saying is that we cannot be diluting the impact of all these other factors that contributed to that violence. See, communal violence, there are too many angles to it. It always has political patronage also. The fact is that our political leaders who are supposed to have carried our country forward by being exemplary in their behavior have been more than lacking. So there have been stray remarks, there have been flying from all corners.
Aishwarya, let me,
and in all aspects, we saw that these kind of remarks,
No, sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I want to bring back the discussion to a very specific laser focus. Yes, politicians have failed us. Yes, there were incendiary remarks. Should there have been police action at that point? Yes, there has been a protest going on for 2 months, and the fact is that many people are irritated about it. Does it condone violence? If you become violent, whatever the reasons may be, it may be frustration, it may be political brainwashing, it may be you have nothing to do that day. It does not matter. All of this in the big picture as contributory factors afterwards does not matter if you have a police force that will crack down and stop it on time. That is my simple point. No matter who is in power, no matter who is, the people in power.
Absolutely
and
right,
that's what I'm
Tamanna.
saying. They are last line of defense. They can't fail. Yes,
no, you are absolutely
just
right
that,
in
I
saying
don't-
that
Well,
no
let
amount
me-
of
let me come in
irritation
here.
or inconvenience or
3A being blocked.
One minute, one
And
by
on
one,
the
one by
other
one. Let
hand,
Aishwarya finish.
a
I
union
interrupted her, so let her
minister
finish her
saying,
point.
"Goli maro."
One,
Let me-
Karuna, 1 minute. Let Aishwarya finish because I interrupted her.
Please,
Let her finish
sure.
and I'll come. Yes.
So Tamanna, there can be, nobody can disagree with you, there can be no excuse, and least of all any kind of irritability or inconvenience or traffic management, etc. for the violence that happens. Violence is absolutely abhorrent, and it has to be condemned in its entire spirit and form. But having said so, we have to, today if we are discussing this, we can't put the entire blame to Delhi police. It's not like law and order. There are a lot of things that cannot be done at one hand. Mr. Singh will be more, he will be a more appropriate person, being expert at the helm of affairs of police for so long. He will be in a better position to explain this. But what is important is our steps taken at the right time. It's not like with the best of policing you can stop law and order issues, but you can certainly stop them from getting into a vicious cycle. I'm not in the know-how of things to say that where the hands were tied up or not tied up, but the fact is that we have greater scrutiny. Now there are CCTV cameras that are available at all nooks and corners. What is important is, there will be people on both sides who would be erring and who would be on the wrong side of law. Important thing is to identify them, and the buck stops with police, because law and order, investigation of offensive, registering of offences, everything lies in the domain of the policing. So the buck completely stops with the police.
Take that point to Mr. M.N. Singh. The buck stops with the police. The buck stops with the police force, and Mr. Singh, which is
Yeah, I
why you
will
have
come in.
seen a situation where it turns out of hand, and a police force has to come in and crack down, no matter what party the chief minister belongs to, or the LG, or the home minister.
Yeah, let me come in. Now, you see, what is happening in your debate here is that we are looking for a short-term solution to a long-term problem. The violence broke out on Monday in Delhi, but it was actually waiting to happen because all this logjam was going on for the last 2 months and more. And all kinds of leaders are coming, using that platform and making
Because of the
incendiary
traffic,
speeches
sir.
and all that kind
Are
of
you
thing.
saying that the violence was
Now,
happening because of the
I
traffic?
agree that the police must have acted at
Why
that
happened
time.
because of the traffic.
No. Let me come. Let me. I'm not saying about traffic. What I said is that
Let's
we
just
are
be very
trying
specific
to
about
look
what is
for a
being said here,
short-term
because a lot
solution
of
to a
people are
long-term
saying this.
problem.
It's not just you.
We are finding.
It's not
We are
just you, sir.
1 minute.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are saying
Karuna,
this.
let
No,
him
no,
finish
no.
his point.
No,
Let
no,
him finish his
No,
point.
but let's just go
I-
step by step.
I-
Let him finish his
let
point.
me let me complete. Let me complete. You see, now what happened? What started on Monday was actually waiting to happen. It was bound to happen when people are coming and sitting and blocking the road, and all kinds of leaders are coming and making incendiary speeches, provocative speeches in Delhi and outside Delhi also. Then the atmosphere was building up, a kind of a hate atmosphere was created. It only needed a little spark, and that is what has happened. Now I agree that the police should have acted in the beginning itself. But if for 2 months the police have not acted, you must find out, must ask why the police did not act in the beginning itself. And I told you all kinds of opinions were being expressed about freedom of expression and democratic rights and blah 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 and all that kind of a thing. Now police, let us agree, let us accept the reality that the police does not act in vacuum. It has to have many aspects of the administration of law and order, and therefore there is certainly an element of interference from all kinds of, because the people thought that it is a political situation, political issue, let there be a political solution. Police should just keep guard. That's what the police
Mr.
was
Singh,
doing.
if I may come in,
But
sir.
Since it was going on for a long time, it happened, it broke out. Let me complete. Now when actually the violence broke out on Monday, I feel that the police were not properly prepared, and they should have registered the case when some leaders made provocative speeches, taken proper action.
Yeah.
Why did they have to wait for the High Court to issue an order? There is no need. It is the duty of the police to act.
High
They should have
Court
done.
last
I
night-
also said
The High
that the
Court
police
at
leadership
midnight
in
had
Delhi
to
was
issue
completely
orders
missing.
to allow people to come into
What
a hospital.
what the commissioner?
No, just a couple of things. Mr. Singh, I know Karuna wants to come in as well, but just a couple of things. You said that this was waiting to happen. Is a protest the
Yes.
same as firing a gun, the same as setting a shop ablaze? Are these similar things when we say police action? Because you seem to be conflating the lack of police action in your view from clearing Shaheen Bagh to the lack of police action when the rioting started. A riot and a protest which causes traffic inconvenience cannot be the same thing.
Now let me tell you, let me ask you, you are trying to compare apple and onion. You know, when this logjam goes on for such a long time, some people are going to get provoked and going to feel inconvenienced, and so people are coming and expressing all kinds of opinion, making all kinds of provocative speeches. One BJP leader went and said that if it doesn't clear out by such and such time after Donald Trump leaves the country, we will do this. All that, why did it happen? Because there was a logjam there in the road. Police should have removed that right in the beginning. Even if some political leaders were saying go slow, police should have said no, if you allow it for a long time.
I can pull that
there is
back
bound
saying
to
that
be
the logjam
repercussions
was
and
there
reactions and
because the
some
government did
mischievous
not come and
criminal
speak to
elements.
them. I can pull that theory even further back and say the logjam was there because the government did not come and speak to them. They should have come and spoken to them before. And the logjam was because this bill was passed in the
that
first
is why
place.
that is where I said that even the media is responsible. Every little action of overt action by the police was criticized.
Okay.
If the police takes action, you attack the police. If it doesn't take the action, you attack the police. You don't want the police to enter the university campus. You don't want the police to enter here and there.
Okay.
Now, how will the police act? You tell me.
Okay.
It's
Karuna,
not,
come
the
in on
police
that
is
point.
not so independent as you think.
Karuna, come in on that
The
point.
police is
That's a big admission. The police is not as independent as you think, and that's the core problem, isn't it? That's the core problem, isn't it?
Today in the Supreme Court, the anguish was expressed over the lack of independence of the police. The Prakash Singh reforms have not been implemented, and even in the High Court, anguish was expressed. There are lots of members of the police force, people of integrity, people who want to do their job. It was blatantly clear in all these incidents from the 7th of January when Anurag Thakur said Goli Maro X ko, from the time that Abhay Verma, MLA of the BJP, the ruling party, and of course let's remember that Anurag Thakur is a union minister of Finance, the Minister of State of Finance, and here you have a newly elected BJP MLA leading a mob saying "Goli maro in logon ko," and everyone is echoing that, and not one single FIR was registered against any of these people. Take Kapil Mishra, take Parvesh Verma, all of these people from the ruling party, not one single FIR. Now, are we saying that people were saying "Goli maro" because of the traffic irritation? This is exactly the kind of argument that we are hearing. And we hear this across the board.
Karuna.
Now, to hold the police responsible, yes, I think that this is important. The particular police officers who failed to act.
Yeah.
But it is very important to go up the chain of command. Who directs the police? Who is in charge of the police?
No,
Mr.
I get
Singh,
your
tell me, who's in charge of the police?
No, I get your point. Karuna, I get your point. I get your point that we have to look at the chain of
Is
command.
everyone terrified to say it?
No, the Home Minister is
It's
in
the
charge of
Union
the police.
Home
There's nothing
Ministry.
terrifying to say it.
It is the Union Home Minister.
Yeah, the Home Minister is in
ultimately,
charge of the police.
that
And
is
today
the
you
chain
had a
of command.
situation, no one's terrified to say anything, but you had a situation
not
today where the
talking about
National
you, I'm
Security
talking about-
Advisor, the National Security Advisor had to come
I'm
on the
not,
streets to keep calm.
not talking about you at all, Tamanna. I'm talking about the chilling effect.
Yeah,
the fear
okay.
that is spread
No, I'm saying.
across the country.
Yeah. No, I want to understand one thing. So, you know, I get your point. You're absolutely right. And I think in that sense, MN Singh also makes a good point that why is only the police the scapegoat? There is, a reporting structure. The police report to the Home Ministry. Why has nothing happened before? Why could flag marches and what we saw today, reassuring calm voices, why could not all of this have happened yesterday? Why could it not have happened day before yesterday? Why could it not have been preempted? But then let me come back to the core of what I started with. And absolutely, the Delhi police reports to the Home Minister. We have seen cases in states where the Delhi police or the police of that state report to the Chief Minister of that state. But what has the Supreme Court and the Delhi High Court said today? Aishwarya Bhati, let me come back to the moot point. That it doesn't matter, it should not matter who the police in that state report to. They have to be abiding by their duty. And there are reforms which the Supreme Court has laid out, which haven't happened yet. MN Singh says, let's go back to the root cause, and isn't this one of the root causes? That police reforms have been hanging fire for decades in this country.
I will tell you.
I know it doesn't sound as exciting as, you know, who made what speech
I will
and
tell you.
why was Shaheen Bagh sitting
Yeah,
there, but
yeah.
isn't that the root cause? I just want Aishwarya to come in very quickly on that point, and then I'll come to MN Singh. Yes.
I know.
Well, Tamanna, absolutely, you're right. The root problem of not just this, but a root problem of a lot of issues that is plaguing the justice delivery system in our country is the abysmally non-existent police reforms. You know, in all likelihood, Mr. Singh will answer, but in all likelihood, with the president of US being in the city, I'm sure most of the police would be on duty there, on route duty or some patrol duty or some kind of duties. And the point is that you can't be putting all the blame on the police without ensuring that they have the correct conditions to function. Prakash Singh judgment, Karuna mentioned, yes, that judgment has just been hanging fire. Not much has nothing creditable has happened out of that judgment, and it has not happened for so long. In fact, most of it's not just the communal violence issues, sexual offences, the other high crimes that are happening in our city, which we speak about every now and then. I think if police investigation, police patrolling, police is allowed to do its duty in the manner that they ought to be doing, I think these problems, that's the root cause. We have to go to the root cause.
So police reforms is the root cause. MN Singh, I want you to come in on that. But, you know, while we wait for police reforms, it's a decades-long wait. Every police officer also has to ask himself or herself this question.
Well, I don't want to go back to the same beaten track of police reform. You know, we have talked so much about it. Now, in fact, we have lost all hopes. I don't think this political system in our country is going to really reform the police the way we want it. What I want is only two things. Give the operational freedom to the police. In a situation like this, let the police act professionally. Give them professional freedom to act, control a situation. If they fail, hold them up, hold them accountable. Second thing is, allow the police chiefs to run their police force the way it should be run. Now, every inspector's transfers and posting, if it has to be approved by the Mantralaya, and if the DG police or the commissioner of police doesn't have even this much power, how the hell do you think he can exercise his authority? And this is what encourages the senior leaders of the police force also to run around the political people for postings and all kinds of favors. Now, this is a very old problem. Now, politicals have their own way of looking at an issue, and a professional policeman has his own way of looking at issues. If you allow the freedom, and I am sure if the commissioner of police had been given the freedom to handle the situation, things would not have come to this pass. It would have been sorted out much earlier. But then lots of people, blame game going on, and people trying to find fault with the police, and yet not allowing the police to act. All this kind has resulted in this kind of a situation.
The police acting when it wants to.
You register the FIR and report by
the thing is,
why? In fact, that the High Court should have asked the explanation of the police commissioner. Why have you not registered the FIR? That was the duty of the police commissioner to register the FIR.
Yeah.
Why should he be given time till tomorrow? Now that is because he is not allowed to register the FIR. He is asked to hold on. This is what happens in reality, whether you agree with me or you don't agree. That's
no, which is why we know that happens in reality. No one wants to say it, but that's exactly what happens. Okay, I have to end here. But you know, the political stranglehold of the police will lead to these situations again and again.
Freedom,
again and again.
Freedom.
We have seen riot after riot in this country. We hope it's going to be the last. The reasons may change. The political dispensation may change. But then if your last line of defense is compromised, it's going to be difficult.
Let me sound a word of caution.
Yeah. I'm going to have to end.
Tamanna, let me also sound a word of caution here.
Yes.
The situation is drifting. If we don't act now, we will repent.
No, I mean that if everyone can see it today, from whatever perspective and whatever side you stand on, the situation is drifting. We will have to act now, no matter what your views are. I think that's a universal message. I will have to end it here, but you know, the fact is that what we've seen on ground is the biggest story today. So before I take a break, I want to play out for you this report from Times Network correspondent Alok Kumar about what happened today in parts of Delhi at 3:30 this afternoon.
फ़िलहाल मैं अब खजूरी खास का गली नंबर 4 है, खजूरी खास एक्सटेंशन बोलते हैं इसको, और ये नॉर्थ ईस्ट दिल्ली में है और बड़ा ही डेंसली पॉपुलेटेड एरिया है। नैरो लेन्स हैं, बड़ी पतली पतली सकरी गलियां हैं। यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं एक गली ये है, इस गली को देख करके आप अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हैं केवल 2 व्यक्ति ही इस गली से निकल सकते हैं। सिचुएशन बड़ी ही बेहद ख़राब है। यहाँ कुछ लोग हैं जो बाहर निकले हैं, अपना सामान लेकर के जा रहे हैं। जो लोग बच गए हैं वो अब निकल रहे हैं, जो लोग नहीं बचे हैं वो पहले ही भाग चुके हैं। हम आपको दिखाना चाहेंगे घरों की कंडीशन क्या है। ये घर देखिए आप, इस घर को अगर आप देखें तो इस घर में कुछ नहीं बचा है। ये सारी थालियाँ प्लेट सब पड़ी हुई हैं बाहर। किस तरीके से लूट माट मचाई गई है, लूटपाट के साथ ही साथ किस तरीके से सब कुछ जला दिया गया है। पहले लूटपाट मचाई गई, फिर उसके बाद घरों को जला दिया गया। एसी पड़ा हुआ है। साथ ही साथ मैं कैमरा पर्सन से कहूँगा आगे और आपको दिखाएं, क्योंकि ये एक घर की तस्वीर है। अगर हम आपको आगे और घरों को दिखाएं तो ये पूरे लेन में करीब लगभग 50-60 घर होंगे, और इन 50-60 घरों में से लगभग 80% घरों की स्थिति ऐसी हो गई है। ये देखिए एक घर ये है, यहाँ पूरा ख़त्म कर दिया गया है। ये केवल दंगाइयों ने किया है जैसा बताया जा रहा है। ये आप देख सकते हैं, कोई ऐसी वैसी आग नहीं लगाई गई, लगी है, ये लगाई गई है। ये इकट्ठा किया गया है ये सामान। यहाँ आप देखिए कैसे गाड़ियों को एक जगह इकट्ठा करके कमरे के अंदर इकट्ठा किया गया और फिर आग लगाई गई है। इस तरीके की चीज़ें हुई हैं। पूरा ये जो आप कहेंगे झालर को किस तरह से तोड़ा गया है, जिसका भी घर था या जो भी चीज़ थी, इसको बताया जाता है ये शायद कोई घर था जिसका भी, उसको पूरी तरह से ख़त्म कर दिया गया है। आइए हम आपको और आगे की चीज़ें दिखाएं, तस्वीरों को दिखाएं। ये देखिए किस तरीके से सारा सामान बाहर, जो कूलर, फ्रिज, रेफ्रिजरेटर, जो भी चीज़ें होती हैं वो सारी बाहर निकाल करके फेंक करके जला दी गई हैं। और आगे हम आपको दिखाना चाहेंगे। थोड़ा आप, क्योंकि इससे हमें सेंस लगता है कि किस तरह की बर्बादी हुई है। पूरे दिल्ली का जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट जिला है, किस तरह की बर्बादी की गई है। नालियों में सामानों को फेंक दिया गया। आप ये देखिए किस तरीके से नालियों में भी सामान, अलमारियां यहाँ नालियों में फेंक दी गई हैं। जलाया ही नहीं गया, सामान को फेंका गया है, तोड़ा गया। ये देखिए एक स्टडी मटेरियल यहाँ पड़ा हुआ है किसी बच्चे का। ये हम कहते हैं कि इसको ये जो है ये स्टडी मटेरियल है और ये बुक है। ये पूरा घर देखिए, ये आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर पूरा जला दिया गया है। यहाँ देखिए ये एक जो है मेरे ख्याल से ये रेफ्रिजरेटर था, वो पड़ा हुआ है बाहर। इसके आगे आप देखिए ये ई रिक्शा है, ये ई रिक्शा को ख़त्म कर दिया गया है जला करके। ये सारों मेरे दोनों तरफ इसी तरह की नज़ारे हैं अगर हम कहें तो। ये देखिए एक मोटरसाइकिल यहाँ पर है, अंदर घुसा करके, ये शायद पल्सर मोटरसाइकिल थी जिसको जलाया गया है। ख़त्म हो गई है पूरी पल्सर मोटरसाइकिल। घरों में आग लगाई गई है। ऊपर आप घरों की तस्वीरें देखें तो घरों को पूरा जला दिया गया है। और यहाँ पर जो रहने वाले लोग थे वो सब छोड़ करके जा चुके हैं। कुछ लोग हमें अभी थोड़ी देर पहले मिले, हमने उनसे बात की तो जो लोग जिनसे हमारी बात हुई वो सारे डरे हुए थे। इस घर को देखिए, यहाँ एक खाट पड़ी है, खाट को तोड़ा गया है, सामान पड़ा हुआ है। यहाँ पर दालें हैं, ये दाल पड़ी हुई है, आप देख सकते हैं दाल है। ये पक्का यहाँ पर जो है जो भी लोग रह रहे थे उन्होंने इसको अपना किचन भी बनाया हुआ था। सारा सामान जैसे लूटपाट की गई है, लूटपाट के साथ साथ सब कुछ तोड़फोड़ कर दिया गया है। ये एसी पड़ा हुआ है, यहाँ पर LG का एसी है। इस तरह की पूरी लूटपाट की गई है। मैं गली से बाहरी की तरफ निकल रहा हूँ। यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं जो किताबें थी, बुक्स थी, सब पन्ने पड़े हुए हैं। अभी मैं दिखा रहा हूँ आपको इन जगहों से बहुत ही ज़्यादा शर्मिंदा करती हुई तस्वीरें हैं, किस तरीके से बर्बादी की गई है।